Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this stunning Audi TT 2-litre TFSI 6-speed manual coupe. It's a 2008 on an 08 plate, first registered in August of 2008, so it has just come over 6 years old and it has done 94,000 miles. It's currently on its 4th owner, has a good service history which we'll come to in due course, and as you can see in this Phantom Black is really quite striking. It's in great condition, especially for its age and its mileage, and I'll take you around it all in due course so you can get up close and personal with this car, save you the hassle and the time of coming down to view it if it's not the right car for you. But first thing you'll notice as we go around it, there are no big dents or scrapes or scratches. The wheels all look lovely. There are, as I say, some marks which we'll come to, but it really does look striking. It's got half leather, half Alcantara interior, which I will show you. There are no options on this car. It is a very standard car, and in fact, let's get up close and personal with it now. So the first thing just to show you, there are a couple of little tiny stone chips on the bonnet. Hello, you can see me. As I think you'd expect to see on a car that's on 94,000 miles, you'd expect to see a couple of little stone chips, but really those vanish when you step away from the car, as you saw a moment ago. Tiny little dimple dent just there. I'm being very fussy, but it's just to help you, save you the time and the hassle coming down to see the car. On this side here, very fine little lines here, little scrapes. You can see that there, little, well, they're not scrapes, are they? Little tiny scratches. And as we go around the car here, I'm just going to show you on the front driver's side, the wheel is really good condition. There is some curbing to it, as you'd expect, I think, for a car that's coming from London. They all seem to have curbing marks on them, but actually it's in good condition. The brake discs and pads have got loads of life left in them as well. It stops on a dime. It has got history of brake discs and pads being changed, although not that recently, but it has very recently just had 2 brand new tyres put on the front here. It's hard to see there, but there you go. There's loads of life left in those tyres. We're going to take you around the whole car, so if we're now staying on the driver's side here, tiny little nick there on the wing mirror. Again, there's little marks, tiny marks, but I'm going to show them all to you just so that you know what you're coming down to see from where it's been hit, obviously when some evil person's getting out of their car in a Tesco's or in a station car park. But as I come back from that, you can see I'm being very fussy. All those marks, they just vanish. You really do need to know what you're looking for to be able to see them, but I'm showing you all these marks just so that you do see them, and there are no surprises if you're coming down to see the car. Likewise here, a little bit of lacquer that seems to have come off here. So you've got the shiny bit here and the not so shiny bit, just a little strip of it just here, which is rather unusual. Not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately, except maybe paint it. If you want to get that done, we can help you to do so. We've got fantastic contacts in bodyworks and servicing, glass, wheels, refurbs, everything. So if you want to get that done, have a chat with us. If of course this is putting you off the car, well, we've saved you the time and the hassle, but you're as fussy as they come, like me really. I'm just showing you this car. I mean, I've absolutely not even noticed that. It's just that we do go around the cars with a very fine tooth comb here at Sell Your Car UK to make sure that we're not wasting anyone's time. Now there are some little marks here on the alloy wheel where it's been scuffed. If you want to get wheels refurbed using us, we have a very good company that we use, and they charge us fair trade rates, which we pass straight on to you, the buyers or the sellers in some cases. This has also got good tyres on the back here, loads of life left in them, and you've also got plenty of life left in those discs and those pads as well. Hard to see really on this video. If you come down and do a test drive there, you will see it stops on an absolute dime. No marks to talk of around the back here. It's really in very clean condition. No scuffs or scratches or scrapes. The only tiny little mark, which I will come to now, is that there where it's had a little bit of touch up done to it, but again, barely noticeable, and especially when you step back from the car. Now around this side, on the passenger side, wheels in much better condition on this side. There are still some little curbing marks. I'll just show you one, for example, just there, but really it's in great condition. And again, very good tyres and good brakes, discs and pads as well. Hard to see again. Now on the passenger side over here, there's a tiny, and I'm being very fussy, little dimple dent, which you can just see just there. that little white mark on the door. So somebody evil again has opened their car door into this side as well. And again, just down here, don't look at the leaves, look at that little white line just there, those little scratches. Again, somebody else opening their door into this. And if we look at the wing mirror up here, a few little marks just there as well. Oh, hello, see me again. So I'm just showing you all of these marks so that you know exactly what you're coming to see. But bear in mind, all of these marks are reflected in the price. And believe me, if you went and bought a car, 6-year-old Audi TT from off the road kind of dealership, not necessarily an Audi dealership, then you would expect to find these marks and probably more in my experience. And if you were to buy this car from an Audi dealership, you might not find all these little tiny marks on it. Some of them you probably would, but you would most certainly be paying for the privilege. Now the service history on this car I will come to very shortly. I'm just taking you around the car. It is due a service on it, and again that is reflected in the price. The cam belt has not been done. It should be done every 5 years or 120,000 miles. It's not been done, so it's overdue by age, but at 94,000 miles on the clock it is not overdue by mileage. It's up to you if you want to get that done. We can facilitate that here. It's £549 to have that done through Audi. We can have that done through an independent garage for a little bit less than that, if you so wish. Now, just having a look inside the car, it really is very, very clean, especially when you consider that mileage. There is some wear, as I think you'd expect, but there's no big tears, there's no rips, and there's certainly no smells in here either. It doesn't smell of cigarette smoke or pets or anything like that. It's only got the one key coming with the car, and that looks like this, with your buttons on it this side, and the little button up there to pop that out there. Central locking on the two doors. And if I just show you here, you've also got electric windows, electric mirrors, although they are not folding, and it should be pointed out as well that the passenger side electric mirror is not working. It's coming without a functioning electric moving mirror on the passenger side. You've got electric boot release here and the petrol cap as well, and central locking. Now I'm just going to jump in the car just to show you that it starts on a dime. Well, it stops on a dime and it starts first time. That wasn't supposed to rhyme. Oh my god, getting carried away. So as you can see there, when we turn it on, it does say service is due. Now I'll show you, because again I don't want to waste anyone's time. Yes, good, that's nice to know. The passenger airbag is on. You can turn that off. We're also a bit low on petrol. That's the digital speedo readout, so that will tell you what speed you're doing, but you can actually go through a whole load of things there. It can show you a lot of things on that little screen there. And we're just going to check the services, and we can see that the oil change is not due for 9,900 miles or 362 days. I'll show you all the bills in a moment. So that has been done in March 2014. But if I just come back and I'll show you the service, that's saying the service is due 13,300 miles ago. There is that important word ago just down there, or 255 days ago. So it is overdue a service. Now in that service, all you'll need to do is get the spark plugs changed, the air filter changed, and the pollen filter changed. We can get all of that done for you for just a touch over £200, including parts, labour and VAT. So if you want to get that done, you can do. The seller is not putting any more money into this car. It is coming as you see it, with just over 94,000 miles on the clock. Likewise, if you want to get the cam belt done at the same time you buy the car, we can arrange that as well. And if you want to get any of these little marks taken off it or the wheels refurbed, then you're welcome to do so. We will facilitate all of that. Now there's no sat nav in here, but you've got a pretty standard Audi concert stereo system and the very funky climate control with air conditioning just down there, heated screens front and rear. Not a lot to show you really in the cabin here, apart from, I think this is the best thing, the 6-speed manual gearbox, which is fantastic, to be honest with you. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's an absolutely lovely car. There's also just here a button I've not pressed, but it shows the picture that the rear spoiler can be pushed up or down. Cool. Now, also in here you've got, as I say, these gorgeous half leather Alcantara seats, and they are in fabulous condition, and that includes in the back as well, where I don't believe they've ever really been sat in. There's a couple of little indentations just there. I don't know what that's from, and I don't know if they'll come out. You might just have to live with them, but really, is anyone going to care? The other thing I want to just show you just while we're in here is this seat belt, which doesn't really go back the best. you kind of have to feed it back in there. Now, it's not an MOT failure because it was just like that on the last MOT, which was done in May of 2014. Just be wary that, you know, if you're opening the door and you take your seatbelt off, that it might well be hanging in the door here, and you don't want to close it in the door. So just making you aware of that. Nothing we're going to do about it, and I really wouldn't bother doing it yourself. So that's the car. As you can see, there's no warning lights on the dash. Everything seems to be absolutely fine. I'll just show you here as well. These are all the other things that you can see here. So the miles per gallon and the temperature and the average speed in the last journey, and how far you've got until you completely run out of fuel, and how long it's been since you last started the engine and went for a drive, and how far you've gone. Anyway, you've got all of these different things. They're kind of cool, and of course that digital speedo, which is very, very cool. It's not auto lights and it's not daytime running lights. You've got the lights that are controlled down here. There's no cruise control if that's very important to you, and there's no heated seats or electric memory seats. As I said, this is a very standard car. There were no options put on it when the car was first built and sold through Audi. Now let's go into the boot, because in true Sell Your Car UK style, and I'll do it by just pressing and holding that button there and flipping this open here. In true Sell Your Car UK style, we've got the docks in the boot. Now to start with, and I'm just going to cover that up there, start with, we've got the V5. Now it's showing here 3 former keepers, so it's currently on its 4th owner. Now the previous owner purchased the car on the 9th of May 2012, and they sold the car very soon after on the 31st of October 2012. Now there's no rhyme or reason for that, it is just the way it is. The person who owns this car has had the car since October 2012. They've now had it for almost touching on 2 years, and it is time to go. It all will be explained. If you want to give us a call, we can chat about it. You've got an MOT certificate. Now on there it shows the MOT was done on the 16th of May 2014. You've got the previous mileages from those previous MOTs as well. We've done a national mileage register verification and can confirm the mileage is 100% accurate. It is currently on 94,008. It shows some advisory items in that last MOT, as the near side front and the offside front tyres were both worn very close to the legal limit. Nothing to worry about there, as you've seen in this video, as they have both been changed. Now we've also got some service history. It's an unusual one, this one, because, and I'll take you through it, because we've got a bill here from a very, very reputable firm in Barnet in Hertfordshire called RPM Engineering. They've been about 25 years in the same location. They're a fantastic company, and they did an oil and filter change and checked the gearbox level in March of 2014, and that is really the only bill. The only other thing here is where they've removed the near side front wheel and wheel arch to fit a new headlamp bulb, as you do. No, the other thing I wanted to show you here, and that's the MOT pass certificate. The other thing I wanted to show you here was this, which is a service history certificate, which we here at Sell Your Car UK have managed to obtain from Audi. Now, the services we can confirm that have been done are all listed down here, and just to go into a bit more detail, the first service done in in May of 2009, and that service at 19,177 miles, a long life service, was carried out by Audi Huntingdon, where this bill has come from. It was then transferred to Audi in Nottingham, where it had a service in March 2010, December 2010, and then July 2011. And those services are a service, inspection service, and another inspection service. Now those are the mileages for those. So the last time it was properly seen to was at 65,855 miles, and in that service I can confirm, because I've spoken to Nottingham Audi, that it had its front and rear brake discs and pads changed and a brake fluid change done as well. And the 56,000 mile service, that had spark plugs changed as well. And in the 38,000 miles, that was an inspection service with oil filter, air filter, and pollen filter as well. Now the next service that is due on the car is due now. It's overdue now, although it has had an oil change done, as we can confirm, and that was long life oil that was used. Oh, sorry, it's getting a bit noisy here, someone's doing some gardening. But anyway, it was long life oil used, so all you'll need to do in this next service is change the air filter and the pollen filter, should you so wish, and the spark plugs. Those do need doing. There's 4 spark plugs. The total bill for that, we can get it done, as I say, including labour, for about 200, bit over that, £210, we'll say for argument's sake. If you wanted to go to Audi, you could get a service done, a major service done, which would include that for £309, but that would include them changing the oil and not using long life oil, so not really worth doing. And stupidly, if you want it just to go for an inspection service and change the spark plugs and change the air filter with Audi, I'm just still showing you the boot here for some reason, but if you want to get that done, it will actually cost you a little bit, literally like £3 less than a major service with the oil change. So wouldn't bother going to Audi for all of that. Now in the boot here, it's a boot. What do you want? Just going to lift up this bit down here just so that I can show you that we've got not a lot here, just some tools, locking wheel nut. There is no safe spare tire, space saver. You may need to get yourself one of them, or indeed a kit for pumping up the tire, because it's not coming with this car. It's a privately owned vehicle, this car, that's being sold exclusively using Sell Your Car UK, and we will help you here at Sell Your Car UK to get anything done that you need to get done. So if you want to get yourself one of those tire repair kits or a space saver wheel, we will be able to do so and help you get them with trade savings as well. Likewise, as I say, wheel refurbs or any paint work, not that it needs it at all on this car, or indeed if you want to get the book pack, because it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the service book, and it doesn't have all of the manuals, which are £85 brand new from Audi, but of course you can get them off of eBay these days. We'll help you with all of that, but there's only one place to get this car. Now, that's from Sell Your Car UK. I was about to say it, but I need to just finish off by saying you may be aware of the new tax rules. It's got tax until the end of May 2015, but it is not coming with any road tax. The road tax is about £230 now, which you will need to factor in to the price of the car as well. So it's a fantastic car in lovely condition. Thank you very much for watching. But if you want to go for a test drive, or indeed if you want to buy the car, there is only one place to get it from. It is being sold exclusively using Sell Your Car UK. Thanks for watching.